Hey everybody, this is Jason.Irwin with Engel and Völkers, Scottsdale. Here to give you August's monthly snapshot as far as how the market's been going here in Scottsdale and Paradise Valley. Okay, welcome back. So here's the video where we talk about the monthly real estate snapshot, how things have been going in the market. This month, I wanted to, instead of comparing how things have been going the past month versus the same month last year, I wanted to talk about how last month compares to the month prior. So I'm going to talk to you about how August market numbers look versus July of this year. And I want to do that because I've had a couple clients ask me about that, and I've been seeing a slight change in market behavior. Saying that, we'll get into it in a second. I do want to tell you that we're still in a good seller's market. People are buying, people are selling, people are upsizing, people are downsizing, and people are still moving here from other areas, other parts of the country. Saying that, I'm starting to see a change in the behavior of buyers, whether it's buyer fatigue or buyers just becoming a little bit more smart about the way they're going about things. You know, instead of putting out multiple offers on multiple properties hoping one will stick, they're actually doing a little bit more due diligence and taking their time making sure they find the right home. And as sellers, and you know how it's been for almost a year now, where you didn't have to do anything. You could just put your house on the market for whatever price, and then in 2 or 3 days you'd have multiple offers, 5 to 10 plus offers over asking, not having to concede anything. I'm starting to see a slight shift where that's not happening anymore. So as a seller, it's even more important now to listen to your advisor and making sure things, as far as making sure your curb appeal is as best as it could be, doing the minor fixes around the house, just making sure your house is in tip-top shape to make sure you get top dollar. It's pretty simple, but for the last year, a lot of what would seem normal hasn't been. Saying that, let's get right to the numbers so we can talk about it. Let's jump right into Scottsdale. I've got the numbers right here, and I'll compare, like I said, I'm going to compare this past July to this last month of August. So the first number I want to talk to you about is the active listings. In July, there were 539 active listings in Scottsdale. This past month in August, there were only 523. So we were down 16 listings. In this stat, I really don't put too much into it because for all intensive purposes, a lot of people that have wanted to sell have sold. So I really don't say, oh wow, there's 16 less active listings, you know, we're about to become a buyer's market. I wouldn't say that. I'm just saying, pump the brakes on that. Although, listen, there are less active listings, although it might be only 16. The next category I want to talk to you about is the average sale price. In July, the average sale price was $1.141 million. In August, it dropped to $1.129 million. It's a drop of $11,763. Now, that is something I do keep aware of, because if we're starting to see the average sale price go down, that's telling me that buyers are being smarter, and sellers, you know, we need to make sure that, and I always tell my sellers, make sure that we are in top tip form when we go to put your house on the market to make sure we get top dollar. The next category, the average days on market. Now, in July, the average days on market was 34 days on market. In August, we've jumped up only 2 days, but the average days on market is 36 days now. And this is something I do track every month really closely, because you know, the longer the house, obviously, the longer your home's on the market, the more we have to worry about, hey, they're not getting multiple offers. You know, is the seller didn't prep their house enough? Or again, are the buyers being more cognizant before they're putting out multiple offers, or just throwing a price out there hoping that it's accepted? And lastly, here in Scottsdale, the total sales for July of 2021 were 520. In August, there were 476. That's a drop of 44 overall total sales in 1 month. And that is not a concern. Like I said, I still think we're in a seller's market. A lot of activity still going on, but there seems to be a slight cool down. And there are a lot of factors, whether it's, towards the end of summer, people getting ready for school. There are a lot of factors. But at the end of the day, we have to keep this in front of us and say, look, we have 44 less total sales than we did the month prior. And why is that? And after we go over these, I've had some clients email me and comment and say, well, get into the details of that, and I'm more than happy to. But the purpose of this video is just to go over the market stats. So saying that, that's Scottsdale. Let's jump into Paradise Valley real quick. So looking at Paradise Valley from June to this last month of July or August, looking at the same categories. So the first one, again, are active listings. July 2021, we had 122 active listings. In August, we have 126 active listings. So actually an increase of 4 listings. I have my ideas of why we've gone up. It's not up by much, but there's a lot of more new construction being built as far as custom homes. I think that has a little bit to play with it. But again, I don't put a whole bunch of weight into that one category for myself, at least, and with my clients. The second category, the average sales price. We dropped from 3.262 million down to 3.131 million. So in 1 month, the average sale price dropped $130,881. That's something to be aware of. Again, I think I've been seeing, and these stats are proving it to me, that there's been a slight change in the market. Still a seller's market again, but I think buyers are becoming more cognizant, becoming more aware, and sellers now are having to make sure that they're putting their best foot forward before they put their house in the market. At least their advisor should be, informing them of that. Next, again, to drop $130,000, it's something I'll be watching in the next couple months. Next, we have the average days on market. Here we go. In July of this year, the average days on market was 79 days. This past month in August, it jumped to 110 days on market, an increase of 31 days on market. This tells me that there are some, especially in Paradise Valley, there might be some listings out there where for a variety of reasons, but it sounds like to me a lot of people have overpriced their house, or when it came to listing it, or they didn't listen to their advisors when maybe their advisors said this is where we think the market is, yet the homeowner said no, this is what we think it is because it's such a seller's market and we'll get multiple offers, and this is what we want to do. Well, this stat doesn't lie. We're talking another month on the market, so that is another stat I will be watching moving forward. And lastly, overall total sales. In July, there were 42 total sales in Paradise Valley. This past month in August, only 32. It was a drop of 10 sales. Again, if you take a look at that with the average days on market and the overall sales price, I'm starting. It's what I've been seeing the past month, and I'm hoping it doesn't continue. What I actually believe is the market's starting to balance itself out. We're getting smarter buyers, and we're getting sellers that are going to have to be more aware of making sure their home is in tip-top shape to get top dollar when they go to market. And a lot of that is listening to your advisor, or hopefully the advisors aren't listening to the clients thinking that their house is worth more than it is. But overall, I wanted to share this with you, just on from a month in July to month of August this year versus August this year to August last year. I hope you found this helpful. Again, I've had a few clients talk to me about going into detail about each category. I'm more than happy to do that. If enough of you guys let me know. If you have any questions about these numbers, feel free to call me, email me. I'll be more than happy to answer any of your questions. Otherwise, have a great day, and I look forward to bringing you the stats next month. Thanks.